You're clearly new because you would know I'm about to work out. You're clearly new. If you don't like it, you can go. Like I don't. I'm confused. Do they not push shirtless people on TV and videos every day? Are you intimidated by me? Hi, Juice. What's up? What's up? And learn how to spell, Jeremy. You don't need to worry about what I got going on. I have a lot of stuff going on up here that you wouldn't understand. It's called hard work. So you worry about that. That one. Definitely not nasty. Sorry. Uh, bye, Jeremy. I don't have the time. Bye, bye, bye. Bye. Mm-mm. Hi, what's up, Gray Fox? What's up? Keep sharing your knowledge. Gray Fox, how you know I'm sharing knowledge? How you know I'm sharing knowledge? Huh? Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, that needs to come out. Ooh. What y'all up to? What y'all doing? It's Sunday. What's the vibes? Like an elf. Gray Fox, what's up? Just relaxing. Okay. Thank you guys for the likes and the live. I appreciate it. Back up a little bit. Just relaxing, relaxing on this good Sunday. I feel that. Feel that. I woke up a little late today. I mean, I went to sleep late, but I definitely woke up late. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Granddaughter, why are you calling me granddaughter? Do do. Are you trying to troll a troll? You trying to troll a troll? Who? Your granddaughter? Oh. No, I said you're just relaxing on this good Sunday. That's it. I didn't say anything else. Why are you looking at me like that? It's crazy. Got enough energy bars. Uh, 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 uh. Tell us about your board. It's just my goals. I'm gonna live stream at 5K subs. This is my Twitch information. So download that. I stream on there too. So it's just all my information is up there. I don't really want you guys see all of it because you get low key shadow band. Or should I just go down here with it? No, that doesn't even make sense. I just look like it's gonna fall. I just gotta get it set up. Or download that multi-stream or OBS Labs or whatever it is. Thank you, Great Fox. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all quiet. So I'm just coming in, checking on y'all, checking on the live. I need to buy a new water floss because I'm really annoyed with that one. But yeah, just checking on y'all, seeing how y'all doing. What's the vibe? What y'all got planned for this good Sunday? That is it. That is it, chat. Oh. It's still summer, but, you know, it's still work to be done. Y'all know my birthday next month? Well, I'm talking August. I'm acting as if it's July is already here. But, yeah, my birthday is coming up. Ugh. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Appreciate you. W. Jonathan. Hold on, Jonathan. Let me give you a little clap. Thank you, Jonathan. W. Jonathan in the chat for all the likes. Thank you. So, y'all, been really, really tired. Working really hard. Been locked in. I have not been outside. I haven't been doing anything besides content and working. Not even answering my phone for nonsense. So, I really think it's going to happen for me. I think I'm going to go to the next level. I just got to keep being consistent. August will be 1 year. I'm on the talk. Just started my tube, so go up there. I'm streaming now. And this is the information. So it's gonna be a good year for me, but I just gotta keep working, gotta be consistent, and I gotta be in there. I just feel like I'm the next biggest content creator, you know? I should have been on Love Island. That's what I should have been called for. But it's okay. Pull myself for a chat. So I'm trying to get, fit, healthy, get right. So I'm ready for my men's fitness cover, my GQ cover, my Sexiest Man Alive, People Magazine, manifestate. You gotta manifestate, chat. Manifestate your goals and your dreams. Oof. Oof. Woo. Yeah, so even if I can't even go to the gym, chat, I make sure I get a little workout in. Did y'all hear the story? I posted a content about it. So did y'all hear the story about the guy who ran into a vampire in Florence, Italy? It's crazy, right? So if you didn't hear about it, a creator named Rich B, right? He went to Florence, Italy with his family. Just for a holiday vacation, that's how I found you. You popped on FYP. Thank you, babe. Appreciate you. So, y'all, he went to Florence, Italy with his family. And he said 20 years ago, right? A guy told him, I think this might have been in Venice. In Venice is a vampire shop, right? A vampire owns the shop. It's not a vampire shop. And he was 20, and so 20 years later now, he's maybe 40s in his 50s. I don't know how old he is now, but he said he actually goes back to check it out because the guy told him where it was and he remembers. So chat, this man goes and films outside this man's shop. Whoever man, each creature, entity, he filmed outside of his shop. Like what? He showed us his window. He showed us the street. Honestly, if anybody did a little research, anybody can go, which was a problem. So I'm like, dang, I'm always preaching, leave them creatures alone. Leave them entities alone. Do not be exposing where they live. Don't be exposing them on camera, like what they do. It's one thing about social media because they know they can blame it on AI. They can blame it on, tons of other things. But certain things you can't, you can't fake. So boom. After he films that, y'all, he gets a numerous around several type of weird encounters. He gets a note sent to his hotel, but and the concierge said he'd never seen anybody drop it off, and it says Senor M on it. His wife got a bottle of wine sent to the table from a senior, and M is on the bottle. Just a lot of weird things that was going on. So Senior M hit him up on Instagram or TikTok after all the several stuff. They even had a old woman sitting out in a outside of a garden, and he tried to give her money, and she's like, "Let me give you a gift." And somebody from Croatian, this is in Croatia now. Somebody Croatian already, and Croatia has a big vampire like lore. I don't know what's going on in Croatia, but they talk about the vampires is hypothetically speaking, of course, TikTok is only for entertainment purposes only. So yeah. So the lady in Croatia, she says, "Let me give you a gift." And he's like, no, it's okay. I just wanted to, to give you some money. She's like, "Well, nobody has ever given me so much, so I want you to go down there. There's a blessed grave. Pray to Signor Moretti, something like that. Something very Italian. Signor Moretti." And he went there and he was shocked because he was like, "Is this the same Signor M?" So boom, he does what she says, prays, right? Prays already for his soul or whatever she says to say. He walks back to the front. The homeless woman is gone. Thin air. So then he goes to the shopkeeper, like, hey, ask him about the story, but like, hey, are you supposed to pray, to this and da 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 da? He's like, I lived here my whole life. I've never heard that story. And he's like, oh. And he walked away very, very fastly, the shopkeeper. Crazy, right? Then another instance, what happened next? So I told you guys about the note that told him. And in the note, I think somebody told me a translation of some point of where to meet him. He told him to meet him at Lazaritas, something like that. Basically, it translates to somewhere where they keep the sick and the dying and the ill, like back in the plague days. So that was so crazy. And I think he was just taunting him. He was just trying to be like facetious, because he was like, hey, you showed my home, you exposed me. I lived here for hundreds of years at this shop. No, none of the locals, nobody bothers me. You take it upon yourself to put me on TikTok? On the top? Nah. So he taunted him basically the whole trip, to the point that the vampire told Mr. Rich B to meet him somewhere at his store, I guess. It's a different store, I guess, allegedly. So, and Mr. B said, I knew it was him because he knew where I stayed in Venice. He knew my room number. He knew everything. So he knew it was him. So he went and filmed with the camera to show us, where he was going. And then he goes to knock. Of course, I'm assuming he cuts the rest of the footage. As content creators, we can, edit and cut it. So he cuts the rest of the footage out. We don't know what happened, who opened the door. But he instantly came back to the next frame, was like, hey, this storyline is over. It's done. Thank you guys. Mind you guys, it's only like a 5-part storyline. 5-part story, but it's so interesting. Because one, here's my thing. Some people don't believe him, but one, he doesn't do like, if it was somebody like me, I do monster lore content all the time. But he doesn't do that kind of content. He has 1 million followers. He does not need to do, and from what I'm seeing, he does more positive stuff. So he doesn't need to make up a vampire story, So it's very, very interesting. They're like, oh, the note is AI made. It's this, it's that, da 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 da. I don't know what's what. He showed there was light entities. There was orbs hanging outside his house, like following him. I'm like, is that some type of supernatural, like drone or like like why I watching like what is going on? What is going on in Europe, y'all? Chat, what's going on in Europe? And it always dates back to Europe. That's the craziest part. And that's why America. That's why they probably leave my videos up because America's not really too involved in any of this. Happy Sunday, Rainbow. How are you? Yeah, America's not really too involved in it. But I just thought that was the craziest story of the week. I had to come share with you guys because what the what? And I'm gonna tell you guys like I tell y'all in every other video. Do not bother these creatures and these entities. Do not go in their homes. Don't go in their areas where they keep their kids, their family, their I don't know what's in there, but some people go like, you know, certain woods or Appalachians or the Ozarks to look for werewolves and dogmen. Don't do that. Okay? They go to New Orleans, go to looking for vampires. Don't do that. If you guys know certain areas of the world is flooded with certain things, why are you going to Croatia, Serbia, you know, Venice, Italy, when you know vampires and other creatures resides there? Hey, 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 Rainbow. Yes, I just thought that was so crazy, chat. Did y'all hear about Damo? Do y'all follow Damo? So Damo is how I'm feeling today. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm blessed. I'm blessed every day to get up and be living every day and to get up and fight another day, you know? I'm grateful and blessed. So did y'all see my content about Damo? So Damo is hypothetically a vampire on the top. And he does a lot of vampire content. He does a lot of story times about a alleged vampire named Vic. But me and the rest of the followers think Vic is him. But that's neither here or there. It's never confirmed or denied. So Vic takes it upon himself to expose the vampire community, the truth, the myths, and everything in it, hypothetically speaking, on the talk. So it then upsets the vampire council to the point that now they want to unalive him, do the true unaliving, whatever they call it. So he posts that he goes out to Japan. He's out there, you know, playing, running around, having a good time. But he basically said that's to trap the vampire council to come to Japan so he can trap them in their coffins and spray rose oil on it. They said pink rose, and pink rose is the only thing that really repels vampires, you know? And he said that's why people used to be like, oh, vampires can't come in your house, they can't get invited. He was like, no, that's what older folks thought. He's like, vampires couldn't come to their house because old folks always have pink roses and rose bushes outside their house. And if you know, it's a lot of older parents, most of your grandmoms love pink roses or have rose bushes outside their house. And you always wonder, what's the obsession with roses? Like, yeah. You don't ever chase nothing. I wouldn't even chase people. I wouldn't even become a bounty hunter. So why were you going to be chasing any type of creatures and monsters? And these things been around longer or just as long as us. Hell no, I'm not going to play like that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going into those woods. I'm not. And, you know, certain things you could do for content, certain things you could do for fun, but me going exposing, if I know something for sure, it's one thing if you know, an entity or a witch or something, you know, tells me I can talk about this on social media. But if they're DMing me privately and they're asking me not to share this, must damn believe I'm not sharing that shit, because I'm not getting caught up in none of those situations. I'm not going to be bothered. I'm fascinated about vampires. Right, Jonathan, me too. I'm not going to be caught up in anything. And I already have a bunch of them messaging me now. They're obviously keeping a good watch and eye on me with my content. I kind of go viral for talking about this kind of stuff. So, yeah, so I'm not going to piss the right people, I can't even say the right people, the right entities off. Yeah, that's never going to happen. So That's where Mr. Rich B went wrong to expose that man's shop. If I was a vampire, that's what I would do. I would own a little shop, own a little pawn shop. I could be working in Hollywood because you can transform yourself 6,000 times. Um, what else? If I was a vampire, what else would I work? In the school as a janitor. Nobody pays attention to janitor. I'll be a bus driver. Nobody paying attention to bus drivers. Uh, I would be any job, honestly, y'all got that don't people don't pay attention, you gotta look into. Librarians. Do we have libraries still? Why? Chat. Why? There's some places we still have libraries. No, I believe some entities work in those places because entities love old books and old bookkeeping. We are all on the internet. We have tablets. We can order our book offline. We can do all that. But the entities that keep in, I believe, I forget what, I don't know if it's a church or a very old library, but it's somewhere in Europe. Somebody let me know if you guys know in the chat, but it's in Europe. They have old books that's chained up to the wall. Like you can't even take it out. It's chained up. It's so old. There's secrets in it, entities and pictures of old people that are not in history. It's crazy. LOL. Not everyone who is a librarian is a vampire or a bad person. No, I didn't say that. I said if I was a vampire, these are the places I would work and I would be. Because if you're a witch too, you could be a librarian. I don't see no werewolf being no librarian. I would see them as being like, a wrestling coach or the high school team or something. Dig into the Vatican, see the books. I think that it is the Vatican. Well, the Vatican already has secret books that they would never reveal to us until, and I don't even know what to say. I can't even say until, because it used to be like, oh, until our generation gets a little older and theirs fall off. But as they get older and older, nobody is letting us in the Vatican. Nobody's giving us the secrets in there, the books, the paintings, the weapons, the religious artifacts. Like what? Like when is that gonna happen? That's never gonna happen. They're all gonna keep following old traditions and secrets and lore and just lie to us because we know what the Vatican is on. Come on, they damn near run Europe. They think the Queen and no, the Queen is probably part of the Queen and the King is probably part of the Vatican, but they're definitely not top players in the game for sure. Wolf in sheep clothing, you right. Every time wolf in sheep clothing, they aren't in a vault too. Did you see they released in that Russian vault? They released this story always makes me laugh. But did you guys see in the Russian vault they released all those photos of Jesus and all the disciples and everybody and Mary? And did y'all see that? Go look it up. They're all black. They're all melanated people. And some y'all probably like, oh, we been knew that. Some people didn't know. Some people didn't believe us when we've been saying this our whole life. Hair like wool. How could you have curls and blue eyes, sandy brown hair, and with hair like wool? But anyways, they lie down. I think I think it might have been in Russia. They're connected to the Vatican somehow. Yeah, they released all the vault full of pictures hidden of Jesus black. How them people done seen him? Interesting, right? Yeah, so you guys should go look at that. And I think it's very interesting because they also said Mary went to Croatia with Jesus around that area. But I'm like, the math ain't mathing. Because Africa here, the Jews, what happened that And they say Mary was floating, and all type of stuff was going on. People just believe what they are taught, and who the ones who taught them right, lies handed down from one generation to generation. Many don't realize they are lies, of course. Oh yes, I mean, I think they're starting to realize when there's like people like us gonna talk about it, because you're not gonna go send me to school and keep lying to me in all them classes and tell me take a test on them, on all these lies you done told me. Why are you gonna go tell me Christopher Columbus did anything? Why even bring that man? Chat. Why, y'all? Why even bring Christopher Columbus in the conversation? He wasn't even in the what? Chris, like y'all made me take a test. Y'all out here yelling at us. Y'all over here got me ready. I got to spell Christopher Columbus, which is long as hell. We got to celebrate his day. All type of shit going on. So what was the point of that lie? That's what I'm saying. Christopher Columbus probably was a vampire too, because how did he even enter that conversation? And it was a terrible, terrible, terrible person. He did nothing. He was not even accurate. There was nothing accurate about him. That's what I'm like. Was he like a vampire or some type of top leader on something? Because why you had the people lie history like that, and it had us kids taking tests about it? This useless knowledge, that I wish I could release, but at least lies that open up my eyes, so I like that kind of stuff. Like how they told us Mars was red. Remember, we out here coloring the pictures of Mars red when we were kids? All the planets. Hilarious. And Mars isn't red until people like got their own telescopes and paid $10,000 to $20,000 for their own telescope and seen water up on Mars and green. Green. Why a lie? And then they release a statement after everybody telling the T, like, yes, Mars isn't red. Y'all went and changed the whole picture. You guys put a filter on Mars as grown-ass adults. Grown-ass adults went to school, science program, science academy, science awards, big top scientists with y'all name on the line. Y'all went and put a filter over Mars and made it red. And don't forget the real landing on the moon. Oh yeah, the moon landing that never happened. Stupid. Just dumb things that we never asked them to lie about. Never. Maybe they thought the lies would make sense and add long, but I don't think they think social media would have went this far and technology would have went this far for us. Because what? Why'd you lie and tell me the Mars was red and we landed on the moon? We ain't never asked that, y'all. We never had asked that. So what is the point of lying to us? They are sick. A bunch of grown-ass men and women up there lying to a bunch of kids and have them take a test. Do you see how mentally weird that is? Weird. Weird. The landing on the moon. Nobody ain't going on the moon and land one step of mankind. That never happened. Them people been up on the moon. Moon has a whole training base. I'm gonna put you guys onto the Gaia app. Do you guys have the Gaia app? The Gaia app has all the government officials telling all the tea. Everything goes on the moon. They're obviously ex-government officials, but they're telling all the tea. Aliens, everything. The bottom floor of the Pentagon has only aliens working down there. So they said, so these soldiers said how the Pentagon or Area 51. Not sure, I don't remember. So don't quote me. It's either one of the two. So I think it's Area 51 though, because I think it goes down to 51 floors, 1 to 51. Then it says it goes 51 and then it goes backwards. So 51, 50, 49, it doesn't go up to like 100. So when you reach to the bottom to floor 1, 2, 3, those certain floors all have entities and you have to need certain clearance and level and passes to go through that. And he said why he even had clearance and passes to go through it. Well, the first time he see it was shocked because His grandfather was in the military. His dad was in the military. So people, most of these military parents and families that's passed on and now, pay attention to military families. Pay attention to them, because why y'all 4th, 5th, 6th generations in the military? What y'all got going on? And this guy was a scientist. He wasn't even like a soldier. So they're just training them up from babies at this point. Stuff been coming out in the open for decades. More people are waking up, so it's talked about more, which is good. Yeah, they hate that we talk about it. But this is gonna get us all on the right frequency and the right vibrations, so we can, really be successful this time, without them like holding us back in life. Because since the 2000s, the world has not really elevated at all. We're supposed to be living. Remember y'all Disney Channel, Xenon the 21st century and Back to the Future and stuff? We're not even in those eras yet, like barely, so we're that's the craziest part. Or we are, and they just don't want to share that with us. I mean, they just shared AI with us, like these last couple years, they just allowed us to start using AI, and that's only because to confuse us, so we can say, oh, this is AI, everybody has access to AI. Because the creatures started exposing themselves on camera. Yeah, they started shape-shifting and doing stuff purposely on camera because they're tired of hiding. And this is some of them speaking to me in my messages. They're tired of hiding. They're not doing anything wrong. They haven't hurt anybody. This is just, their family legacy, where they come from, but they've been raised to hide, and they're tired of it. Could you imagine dating somebody and you don't know, you can't even tell them your family has werewolf blood in them, and your kids come out and then you like, what's going on? No, you gotta tell somebody up from the beginning. When you meet someone, not in the beginning, but you serious about somebody, you gotta say, I'm mixed with a little, a little this, a little that. Yes, you gotta keep raising the vibrations. Yeah, because they out here lying, chat up and down, up, down around the town. I'm tired of it. And since a kid, like my parents have talked to me about this kind of stuff, or I've been raised to think and see a different kind of way. I've come from a very spiritual, powerful family. So I've always been almost a free thinker, but even more now, even more past them now. So I've always been into this kind of stuff, this kind of content, this kind of conversation. I used to follow, y'all remember Pharaoh? I don't know if you guys used to follow him back in the day. I used to remember Pharaoh. He was like a young guy, maybe like me, maybe a little older than me, and he used to post about conscious stuff. But I used to always watch him, and I never thought I would be that kind of creator, for sure. I never thought, So today, and it's so crazy today, now I'm talking about, literally forbidden lore. That's my content. Forbidden stuff that I shouldn't be talking about. That's about. Oh, I didn't even read it, friend. You good? Yeah. So what y'all think of Rich B and his vampire encounter story that he pulled up at the vampire shop, decides to put it on TikTok with he has 1 million followers, and he just thought my vacation is gonna be relaxing and beautiful and amazing. Them vampires told me they own islands, they own countries, underground countries, black diamond mining, black market trading. They got money. You think they can't pay everybody in the country to spy on you, to do a chat, or they have their little minions everywhere, especially if they live there for thousands of years? That is so dangerous. I would never put myself or you guys at a cost like that, because guess what? There's some crazy person that watched that video is gonna go down that street in Italy and go look for that person, or say, oh, I heard you are a vampire on TikTok and I'm coming. I'm scared for that poor soul. But some people want to be vampires, want to be creatures of the night, and don't know that's not how it works. But I have a lot of people tell me every day. Mm-hmm. Why people don't want to be like, I want to be a witch? Why y'all want to talk about y'all want to be a vampire? What y'all talking about? Y'all never say you want to be a werewolf. Y'all never say y'all want to be a troll or a giant or a mermaid. Y'all always talking about y'all always want to be a vampire creature at night. Why? I don't want to be a vampire, energy vampire, a succubus, any type of creature that has to live off any type of energy or any substance. No, I'm okay. I want to eat my vegetables, my chicken, my beef, my burgers, my steak. My Yeah, I'm not doing that. There are different type of vampires too, in my opinion. Energy vampire. Yes, exactly what Rainbow talk about. Multiple different kind of vampires, and also vampires is like a human made up word. They don't call themselves that. That's not their real name. Um, but that's what we're gonna just call them. But there's very many type of creatures that drain, that drink, that they're not the only ones. There's actually like they said that Nephilim giants. They didn't they used to eat people, but it was more of the drinking of what they had to do. Are you a vampire hunter? Hypothetically speaking, of course. Shane, why would you ask that? People don't talk about it, talk about wanting to be the best version of themselves they can either. Notice that, or the most people, I mean, right. Shane, why would you ask that? Shane asks, are you a vampire hunter hypothetically? That's funny. So let me tell you a thing about vampire hunters. If there was a hunter, hunters would never reveal themselves. They're just as private, or even more private than the creatures and the vampires and entities. They would never reveal that. Yeah, for me, that doesn't line up. That doesn't logically make sense for me. But those creatures would never be on TikTok or be on YouTube talking about this kind of thing, because it's probably they're raised in that kind of family. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. They're all over the world, Africa, Europe, some in New Orleans, some in New York, the Midwest, Arizona. They're all over. Some are indigenous people, but they would never get up here and talk about it. They come from old families. Their family would have never even allowed them to talk about it. Some of this stuff I'm not even allowed to talk. I got messages from some of my family. You know, my sisters and everybody told me they don't talk about witches. I'm like, I don't talk about witches. They're like, you do. I'm like, where is one witch content? And they showed me a video of like Rick Owens, a fashion designer wife. But that was because JT, she is a public figure. This is stuff you can find online. I do talk about things that's public and you can find online. That's public information. So JT, the rapper, teamed up with her. So that's all I was talking about. So I don't talk about those kind of things. So yeah, hunters come from long line of practitioners of all different kind of stuff. They're trained in all type of arts and fighting, and so yeah, Wesley Snipes basically Blade. So yeah, a hunter would never reveal themselves. They would never get on TikTok and talk like this, or maybe they might and pretend they're not. Who knows? But I think, hey Tay, how are you? But for me, if I was ever a hunter, I would have to get off TikTok. For me personally, if they want to call me and recruit me, I won't be on here no more, because they're gonna be tracking my location, know where I'm at, know I'm in the house right now talking to you guys, know to set me up at work. Hell no, I'm a streamer. Too many of my personal life is on here, and that's why it's also good about being a content creator and streamer, because if they bother me, anything happens to me, y'all gonna notice, because I stream every day, I post content every day. So 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna bother somebody like me because it's gonna be exposed immediately. Immediately, I'm gonna press that live button so fast, you know. So yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit more protective of the other creators, you know. But a lot of them are missing. Have you had any personal experience or encounter? Yes, of course, tons, tons of experience with vampires. Good to see you. Oh, I lost some light. Uh, yeah, tons and tons of experiences. See, I come from below the line of family that deal with this kind of stuff, or not deal, just know about the supernatural world, you know. So this is not like it was never new to me or nothing new to talk about. But I did post story time. It's my vampire encounter story in a club, in an Afrobeat club. I did post that story time, but I don't like to post a lot of my own personal experiences. Just like, you know, somebody would tell me their personal experience, I wouldn't share that if they want to. And I don't want to share too many of my personal experiences because I don't know where they're at, where they're watching me. Honestly, there are a lot of them on my page. I have over a million, over 3 million views, and I don't know who are those eyes that's watching me. So I kind of keep it very I kind of don't go in that hard yet, if that makes sense, chat. So yeah, I kind of still keep the content kind of light. That's why I post a lot of dance and fun stuff so y'all can see my personality. But yeah, I haven't gone really hard yet. So it's a lot going on. If the vampires are coming out to expose, then why wouldn't a hunter do the same? Because a hunter is supposed to be the hunter, not the hunted. So you're not supposed to like drop your location, know where you're at. Like there's no way a hunter would allow, you know, entity or anything to be watching this live and know exactly where they're at, what time they're at, where they're at, what state they're at, what time period. You know, they want to sneak up, you know, they want to sneak up on them, you know? Crazy, right? But no, those hunters are really low key, trained in multiple different fighting style, weapon styles, prayer. God is within them, blessed in them. You know, like spirituality is up here. You know, you might not even see them. They're probably people meditating all day and pull out a sword. Who knows? But I'm gonna do some information and try to find one. I've been trying to find one. The closest I know is Alex Audrey's. That is Alex Audrey. I'm sorry, Alex Clavos. That's his last name. Audrey is his family, his hunting family's name. How different are IRL vampires when compared to what we normally see in movies? Can you record a video and post months later after a hunt? Yeah, you can record a video, but you can't record it live. And the IRL vamps, they like I was gonna say, they can walk in the daylight for sure. It might be a little irritating to them, like I told you guys in my video, like it's kind of like a hangover, or you need to like, you know, if you know the sun is bright, it's irritating, but they can walk in the daylight. The IRL ones, pink roses repel them. Pink roses, pink rose oil. If you know a lot of old traditions, a lot of your grandmothers and their mothers used a lot of pink roses for everything. IRL, they look just like me and you. You would never be able to tell. Some of them are kids. Some of them are adults. The aging process goes a little different from them. But they do age. They just age slower, and they're able to have ability to age backwards if they're obtain a certain substance. Yes, they could walk in the daylight. Of course, they would want you guys to think pink roses. Let me look it up for you guys. I had to look it up the other day because I had the same question. So Rosso rubiosa, sweet briar. Okay? So let me read it to you guys. Trying to find the post I read about the plant. It has multiple different properties though. So medicine, okay. This flower, blah, 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 a few, da, 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 da. Oh, and infused or dry rose petals can be treated to for headaches, dizziness. Add a little honey. Use as a heart and nerve toxin, and purifier of blood. So it could be used to be treated in burns, scars, and wrinkles. It's very rich in vitamin A, C, and E. You can eat it too. It reduces cancer. It actually reverses the growth of cancer. So it has multiple different meanings, but the one that stuck out to me was the purifying of a blood and where is it at? And nerve toxins. So those two things you can't drink no blood that has that in it, you know, because that's it already, you know, it purifies your blood and has like nerve toxins. He's working out to be a hunter later. I'm working out for summer. I'm working out to be outside. Hey, P. What's up, AP? How you doing, baby? Y'all funny. No, I'm working out to be outside. I ain't hunting shit. One thing y'all notice, black people mind our business. Where I've been here. What you mean? I be on talk every day. I go live every day. I post content every day. What you mean? I know you just messing with me. Yeah, hell nah. I'm not. I promote on my page. Mind your damn business. We gonna be on here. Let's be messy and be in the creature's business. But let's not go look for them. Let's leave them right where they at. Right in them woods and them caverns and their little bars and their little hotels. Leave them right where they at. I will not be revealing where any of them at. Y'all can go do y'all research. Y'all can go. There's certain areas you can go to find them, but hey, not me. Cube, you seen a vampire movie called Sinners? Yes, I loved it. Sinners was so amazing. It was so good. Yes, Jim Crow. Yes, I loved it. It was so good. There's a black vampire on TikTok. I seen his videos one time. Creepy. Are you talking about Alucard? Are you talking about Alucard? Hey, nephew. What's up, Keyshawn? You talking about Alucard? Yeah. Alucard I'm actually going to do next in my Black Vampire series, so he's going to be next on there. Yeah, Alucard scares me. Yes. Little creepy is understatement. Big creepy. And he's from the same place I'm from, Brooklyn, so I just know he might not be, he gotta be, because he do act like he's from New York, but it's something old, weird, super creepy about him. The mermaid one was unnerving. The mermaid one. My mermaid video or what mermaid one? Nephew, you did your little workout today? You got your little 20 push-ups? 5 times a day. What if you did a live with some vampires on here? How you know I didn't? How you know I haven't been live with vampires before? Just because they don't say what they are, that doesn't mean they're not. How do you know I'm not friends with all type of creatures in the supernatural community? You don't think we all know each other? You know, some more than others, some dislike each other, some beef, but some beefs were made back in the day, in the past, from our families, from history, from tradition. So some beefs aren't our beefs, if that makes sense. So the younger generations are kind of more cool, if that makes sense, if you get what I'm putting down. Because everybody has, there's yin and yang to everybody. Everybody has, there's good and there's bad. So not everything that you see is bad, and not everything you see is good. I don't even have no beef with nobody good. Beef is a broke sport. Exactly. We don't even eat beef. We eat Wagyu steak. What are they talking about, nephew? Do we get unalived with somebody to have beef? You can be unalived, so you should not be beefing with nobody, because people be doing all those pew-pewing nowadays. So you got to be careful. Yes, y'all. So I don't know what's going on with Rich and the rest of the supernatural community. Alex Clavos was missing the other day. They're messing with my live. What you mean? What you mean they're messing with my live? See, America don't mind that I be on here, because I'm never really talking about them directly and the heritage. The only time they had an issue was with me when I did my It Keeps Freezing. What? TikTok, that's only for entertainment purposes only. Oh my God, chat. Oh my God. Please. You see how they do? You see how they do? They have IT workers. They have people that on here and have, if I say a certain word, or content creators say certain words, they have like trackers, so if I say a certain word, it sends like alert and a flag to whoever it needs to be sent to. So I just want to let y'all know that real quick. I'm gonna slow down on whatever I was talking about, and my sentence never finished. Okay, good job, y'all ate that. They said and you see what I be telling you? They do little petty taunting ass shit. My life never really freezes on the top. Rarely. It looks like you did some extra reps, bro. Dang, not your. So what? Thank you for the 20 gifted. Thank you so much. So what's the last thing I heard? Y'all said I didn't finish the sentence. So what's the last thing I said? Because I just said a lot. They're over here blocking my comments and my live glitching. That's funny. Well, let me just tell y'all what I was about to say, because I can't remember what the conversation was. But I was saying that America doesn't really have a problem with this conversation. The only time they had a problem with, and it's because I'm saying TikTok is only for entertainment purposes only. Yes, glitching in the Matrix is crazy, because I'm cracking the Matrix and cracking it little by little and helping people crack it. So they don't like that. But what I'm saying, America don't have a problem with my content, because I really talk about American situations or really involve them. But the 2 times I did, they took they blocked one video and I peeled it, and then the second one they took down. So let's go with the first one. The first video was about, hypothetically, the reptilian elites, which that was my first and last video. I will not talk about it again. I will not do it again. But let me tell you what happened. So I did the video. I didn't say any names. I didn't say who I think they are, what they're doing. I just said there is an elite group of reptilian aliens. That's all I said. That's all I said, right? In the video. It's still up to this day. Tell me why I had so much bans and blocks on it. Like, it was crazy at the next day. Mind you, I've been doing monster content and lore, been doing this. So I didn't think it was anything to say add reptilians. It's freezing. Anyways, y'all can hear me too. They're gonna freeze because the people own that shit over there. So you know who owns that, you know who owns this. So if you know what I'm saying. So because I'm telling them about how the video got blocked. Ellie more like control people who think they are elite. Yes. So I didn't say anything too crazy in the video. Thank you for the 29 gifted. Appreciate you, babe. I didn't say anything crazy. Talk sent me all these alerts, all these bans, all these messages. So I appeal it. Cause I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't say anything everything was alleged. I didn't write anybody's names. I didn't abuse anybody. I wasn't TOS. I didn't break any guidelines. And I said, if you guys block this, that means it's true. That's what I wrote in my appeal note. Like, just being honest. It means it's 100% true. So tell me why. Next day, y'all, they put the video back up on my page, right? They put the video back up on my page, but they shadow banned it on the low. Y'all have never seen it. It's still up on my page right now. They have literally shadow banned. I think it maybe to this day probably has 30 views. How can I have 30 views with a great elite video like that? So I done just moved on from it, left it alone, right? Cube, see, that tells you what you need to know. Exact. Thank you, Rainbow. That should tell y'all everything you need to know. Okay. What's up with Rich B? Is he good? I'm gonna get back to Rich B in a second. Appreciate you, gang. Boom. So talk about the Ozarks video, y'all. Again, TikTok is all hypothetically speaking. You know, there's only for entertainment purposes only. I talked to the Ozarks. I can literally post a video right now. It was so simple. It may have been 1 minute. And I just talked about the Ozarks. They have a lot of deep hidings, crevices. There's places in there that you're not even allowed to go. You would disappear. Like, it's just, there's no cameras. There's no people. It's a very interesting, place with multiple different entities. There are fairies, all type of shit going on in there, right? Talk why I posted this months ago. I think this week or last week, they sent me a message. They took the video down. Gone. They didn't give me no time to appeal. There was no appeal process. There was nothing to it. They took the video straight down. And I'm like, what? I do the craziest monster lore content supernatural videos. Why are you taking out a video of the Ozarks? All I said is about dogmen and werewolves and all type and entities. I didn't really even get deep into it. It was just like a starting conversation about the Ozarks. But I have to remember where I'm at and who I'm talking about. I'm in the U.S. Talking about the U.S. You feel me? So Appalachians go all towards Canada, so I feel like that's almost okay to talk about. But I'm doing my Ozarks video again, and I don't care. Shit. Definitely have werewolves. I know some. I know one I dislike in real life. Not a nice person. Not saying like he does anything like dangerous or scary. Just it's in his from his bloodline. His family comes from New Orleans and he lives in Alabama. I don't know. They went to they had a plantation in New Orleans hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and they somehow ended up in Alabama. I don't know way, don't know how. But yeah, very family. I don't like them. I don't like that boy. Yeah. Probably won't see me on the chat here soon. LOL, won't be first time. I get shadow banned all the time. I'm screaming. Not I get shadow banned all the time, right? I don't want to get shadow banned. It's my job to be a content creator. No, I don't get paid off of, but that's my own preference, you know? That's my own, like I don't want to be part of the creative fund. And I feel like when you part of those type of groups and programs and stuff like that, it gets a little sticky with me when you talking about things you shouldn't be talking about. You know, so I don't want any type of control, anybody trying to stop me, anybody say, oh, we're taking you, take that down and take you out the program because this and that for a few dollars and cents. No, I'm not part of it. So they can have that and I can have my community and we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about and we're going to reveal everything that needs to be revealed in the world. Werewolves in the mountains and Nashville, a lot of werewolves in the South, a lot of werewolves in Arizona, a lot of werewolves in the Midwest. Reservations, of course. Yeah, they're actually very common. Wait, did he not move to the Gulf Shores, Alabama? Did he? His family been in Alabama for a very long time before his mom was born. They left their New Orleans plantation which is still up to this day in the pictures, but we don't know why they left. The family doesn't even know why they left. Allegedly, you know. So, but yeah, I don't like him. So I do have one werewolf I don't like. He can't turn into a werewolf type of thing. It just comes from his bloodline. I think there's less like a way you have to. I think I did a video on this. There's a way you have to do it. I don't know how you can. I don't know, but he physically cannot. But he like hulks out, crashes out, screams, cries. Hair. We just have immense amount of strength, super fat, like just I'd asked to fight him one time. It's a long story, chap, for another day. I asked to fight him. So let's get back to Rich B. And Rainbow's here. So boom. I don't think Rainbow was here when I said the Rich B story. So let's start back at the Rich B story. So if you're new here, there's a content creator named Rich B, right? I did a video on him. Hold on. Let me get a little swig. Rich B is a content creator with over 1 million followers. He does like more positive content, but he did his last few videos while he actually was filming while he was on vacation, right? He's in Italy, Croatia, Venice area, he's just traveling around in Europe. So boom. So he goes out there with his family. I think his 2 daughters and his wife. Just a nice little family vacation. He starts the first part off. I watched all the parts by saying, I was at 20 years old and I was here last time and an Italian man in Venice told me a vampire owns this shop. And he's like, bro, get out of here. What are you talking about? You know, type thing like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, really. And he told him the location. So this man, for some reason, remembers this from 20 years ago. He's a grown man now with children. Somehow he remembers. I wouldn't remember something like that. So he went to, I guess he went to the street. He remembered the street. He remembered where the store was. So he went to go see it. So he records outside the store. Like in the mirror, there's paintings, there's pictures. There's like a red throne type of chair. There's little like vampire energy that is y'all stopping my workout too. let me keep this on up here just to remind myself to get another set in. Okay, so there's all type of shit in the window, chat. So boom. He also films the door. The door has 2 doors to it. So the first door has like a screen to it and a door just to not let people go past. But further back, like kind of like down this hall, like, so think of right here has a door and a screen so the public can get it, and then that's the actual door to the shop. It actually has a screen and door. So 2 doors. I don't know if that's normal in Italy, but I've never seen a store in a shop that had double doors to get in there like a hallway. But okay. You know, probably I was thinking in my mind to block little son. The sun is irritating sometimes, you know, to them. Whatever. Boom, right? He records, he films out there. Again, over 1 million followers he already has at this point. And he forget these people are on the internet. They have IT men working for them, and they send them any information that when we talk about them, you know? So boom, he's saying all this. The video goes up. Next thing you know, he gets a lot of weird stuff start happening. He gets a note that says, welcome, you know, come to my house. I would love to host you for dinner. Let's have a good time, type of thing. It was a very taunting note to me. I feel like he was playing with him and playing in his face, but that's just me. So he found the Vampire Council headquarters, and that's a lot going on. So boom, right? He sends him the note, and the note says, it's very like broken up in a mix with Italian, maybe like old and new dialect, maybe a little slang in there. So he couldn't get anybody to translate it for him. So he puts it on the top, and it translates to. Hold on, let me read y'all. I have the translation written down, I believe. Let me read it to y'all. It says, okay, Mr. Richard, I would be honored and a great pleasure for me to host you for dinner one evening. I'm sincerely at your service. Please come back and see me one evening. Safe journey. If you should visit Florence or Rome, please come see me at my shop. Have a good journey. May the sea be kind to you. See me at the Lazaretto in the Vineyard, Mr. M. So I didn't know what the Lazaretto was, and I found out that's where they kept all like the sick people, the plague people before they like unalive. That's where they kept them. Are the entities really in the comments and live? They're definitely in my comments for sure. Not live. Go read some of my comments on some of those videos. So boom. So he gets this letter, right? And mind you, the concierge said that he don't know where this note and this letter came from. The concierge said it was it just popped up on the desk. They didn't see anybody bring it, so they brought it right to his room. Which, that's another thing. If you're my concierge at my hotel, don't bring me shit. I don't know this person. You didn't see where this note came from. Put it in the garbage. Why are they going to bring that note up to that man's room? The concierge was trying to set him up too. The concierge was working with Mr. M or with Mr. M, whoever he was. I'm trying not to say the V word anymore because, you know, I'm getting flagged for it, and they keep messing with my live. So y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who. But anyways, boom. You can't hear? Am I muted now? Rainbow, are you see? This is crazy. Like y'all are putting in the work. You can hear it now? Okay, good. Crazy. So you can't hear. Okay, good. So I think the concierge is working with it. Mind you, these people are very, very rich. Well, they're not these people, but these things are very rich and wealthy, been alive longer than us. So I'm understanding it don't take a little couple dollars to pay somebody in Venice or Croatia, you know, to get things done. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So boom, so they get the note or whatever. He brings it to Mr. Rich's room. Mr. Rich, you know, he didn't know how to read it, so he translated. The next day, Mr. Rich goes to a boat tour. Like he paid for a boat for him and his 4 family to, you know, go around, you know, Croatia. Mr. Rich goes and pays for the boat, right? After they're done, The guy goes, "Oh no, it was already paid. The agency he worked for said it's already paid." Rich goes, "I don't know nobody in Croatia who pays it." He says, so he goes and scrolls through the information. He said, it says Mr. Senor M paid for it. And he's like, wow, bro. So at this point, Mr. Rich B is thinking he's being like pranked and punked by one of his followers, because he's like, I think it's one of you guys trying to prank me, trying to freak me out. But while I'm over here thinking to myself, Rich, how could be one of your followers and pranking you? I'm watching the video. We don't know where you're at. We don't know you was going to go on a boat. I don't know who to call in Croatia to pay. What you talking about, Rich? Yeah, so that didn't make no sense. So he really was riding with that story for a little bit. Like, you guys are pranking me. Stop, guys. Stop. And he's like, if you guys are paying for it, this is a very expensive boat ride. Like, please don't do that, like, type of shit. And then he got a 50% tip. Who tips 50%? Nobody even tips 50% in America. They damn sure not doing that in Croatia. That's what threw me off. I'm not even gonna lie. 50% tip. He said it was very, very big. And mind you, the boat was already expensive. So, you know, the boat driver done cashed out for the day. You know, I know he was done. And Croatia has a lot of vampire lore, allegedly, like a lot of, I'm not supposed to say that word on here because I'm, y'all know what I'm talking about. It has a lot of lore, I guess more than any other country. I thought it was more of Serbia. It started because Serbia started, like, you know, created the V word. But they said Croatia has a lot of them. So he asked the boat driver right there, and he's like, on videos, like, hey, did you hear, like, do you guys, is it true, like, you guys have, like, you know, the V words? And he said, the boat driver's like, you don't know? And he kind of just laughed, patted him, and just walked away. I said, that's all you need to hear. That's all you need to hear. Call them V. I'm definitely gonna call them V for sure, because you know they're after to stop my live. So boom, he goes back. Go back to the hotel or wherever they're at. Him and his wife go out to dinner. Mr. Rich goes out to dinner with his wife. The waitress brings up a nice bottle of red wine, and it was like, I think this wine will be great for you. This wine has to be lovely. Mr. Rich B looks at the wine, and let me show y'all the bottle of wine. Let me show you guys the bottle of wine if you're new here. This is the bottle of wine with the M on it for Senor M. So he looking at the wine funny, like, so he called the waitress back, hey, come here. Who set this bottle over? Because I would have asked that first before I started drinking, but that's just me. Mr. Rich is not really a great thinker, I'm noticing, because why are you drinking wine or red wine? Y'all can see it's halfway gone before he asked about it. So the waitress come back over and was like, oh, it's on me. I just feel like you guys, this wine will be good for you, and this is a good, like, bull. Like, no waitress ever is gonna give you no liquor. Anybody that has waitress, bartended, did any type of jobs, service jobs, I've done it. Nobody's giving you nothing for free, especially a whole bottle. For what? Who are you? I don't know you. You Rich B from TikTok. They didn't even know he from TikTok, you know? So, I mean, I don't know if that's a black people thing, but we're not just drinking anything off just somebody giving us. I don't know what was in that wine. Who knows? I think they was putting something in him and his wife, but again, that's my theory. That's not what Miss Rich B said. So, boom. Y'all. Him and his wife drink the wine. The waitress say, oh, it was just something, something on her. So at this point, Rich B was like, okay, well, I don't think I'm being pranked anymore. Because I told you he was running with this prank situation that the people on TikTok were trying to prank him. I'm like, why would TikTok try to prank you? And when they're paying for your whole vacation. People got bills, food is high, eggs is high. Y'all already know that. Nobody's doing that. So, hold on, let me put this down. for a second. So boom, he finishes the wine with his wife. He heads back again to the hotel. He shows us all these clips of like his lights flickering on his ring light. There's an orb outside his house. A lot of just weird things back to back that's going on that didn't happen to him in the U.S. ever. Mind you, you can go look at his page and go look at his content. None of his content are creepy type of stuff, you know, or cryptids, supernatural lore, like none of that kind of stuff. So boom. What happened next? So Rich decides to go to, you know, back to Rome, or maybe it was Florence. I'm not sure. I think it was Florence, to go actually see him. And Rich said, Senor M hit him up on, wait. First. Before I go there, he went to like a garden, right? Tay, we need some brownies while I listen to this story. Definitely need some brownies. Yeah. So he went to a garden, right? To just, again, he's on vacation. He's on holiday with his family. So they're just traveling around, you know, that part of Europe, just enjoying themselves or trying to enjoy themselves. And the weird shit keeps happening to them. So they go to the garden. He sees a homeless woman. He gives her some money, you know, which is typical and which is normal. You know, people give, you know, homeless people, you know, money all the time. So the homeless woman was like, oh, no one has ever given me this much money before. I've never done this for me. I want to give you a gift. And he was like, no, it's okay. I'm good. And she's like, no. She insisted. She says, back there's a blessed grave. I want you to pray on it. Pray for, she says this, I want you to pray for Gorgani Moriarty, which is Signor Moriarty. And this is his gravestone. This is what he's talking about. And he was like, oh my God, is this Signor M? Let me see. Yeah, this is it. This is the gravestone. It says Gorganti Moriarty. This is Signor M. So Mr. Rich is like, what the fuck is going on? What the helly? What the helliante? What the helly Barry? What the helly Burton? He don't know what is going on. So he goes back to so he does the prayer, he does what he says, and then he tries to go back to hey Walker, how are you? He tries to walk back to the homeless woman. Why is she gone, y'all? The homeless woman gone. Out of thin air. So wherever the garden, he go to the shopkeeper in the garden, like ask him about this story. Like, hey, did you hear if I, you know, pray on this blessed gravestone on Signor Moriarty's soul? Did you hear about that? The dude goes, I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard that story. I've never heard that. And walks quickly away from Rich. Quickly away. What? So boom. Rich gets a message on the talk, and it says to meet him, you know, in Florence. This is Senor M. And these entities and these people, or these fake people, this humanoid people, this shapeshifter, they will message you from burner accounts, one follower, one view, one like. Their pages always look a certain way. So that's when you know a creature is a creature, because they're so scared to expose themselves and end up in a government lab. So just pay attention to that. Not a lot of content creators are like those other ones. So boom, he sends him a message, and Rich is like, this isn't Senor M. He's like, yes, I am. So Senor M tells him where he's staying at in Venice, what's his room number, and everything, all that information. He's like, damn. So he's like, I want you to come and meet me for dinner. So Rich down again. See, the video started him walking down the hallway to a shop, and this is where this shit is gonna end, down the video, down the shop. So Rich is going, walking. He's like, oh, okay. This is where he told me to meet him. Mind you, he just gives him a street, an alleyway in Venice, and not a real address, like door number 3. So he said, go down this street and then go to the third door. It should be a wooden door. That's Chad, am I tripping? Somebody telling me some shit like that, I'm not going. I'm here for vacation. I have a good time with my family. That's why Rich was minding his business. That's his problem. He was on vacation with his family. He wasn't minding his business. Because what address you told me to go down the hall, the alleyway, and go to the third door? It should be with it. I'm not going. Rich, you're out of your fucking mind. Excuse my language, chat. Anyway, so Rich is filming. With his little bald head up there. He goes to knock the door, and I'm assuming he knocks it, and he thought he was gonna film who opens the door and film his own encounter. Rich had to crop the footage, chop it. You know, it's content creators. You know, we gotta crop some shit out. Crops it out. Comes back in the next room. My dog is sitting up with me and looking like this. Even my dog said this is tea. My dog is like this. I wish I could see her. Let me see if I can take a picture to show y'all. That's hilarious. Yeah. Look at the dog, y'all. Look at the dog. She like, oh, this is tea. Tea. So boom. He goes and knocks on that third wooden door. Cuts the camera. Camera cuts. He comes back in the frame, crying, water in his eyes. Was like, guys, this storyline is over. It's over. It's done. It was fun, but it's over. I'm sorry. I just can't do it no more. It's over with. Cut. Done. Storyline over. Video done. His next 2-3 videos, I think, is just on his vacation, back to maybe his regular type of content, because he's not like a supernatural or a paranormal creator. I think he only did like, this is like 4 to 5 videos part of that series. So it wasn't like he was doing this for content. More of like he was sharing his experiences. And I would do the same thing. If anything weird happens to me, I'm getting on here and telling y'all. Shit, I don't care. Because if they're gonna do it to me, they better be bold enough to do it in front of y'all too. So y'all look, y'all. Look. Shit, I'm telling every time. I don't care. So that's why I know they're gonna leave me alone, because I'm gonna tell. Someone else posted those videos for him. What? Shane. So you think the last videos of him like enjoying him and his family outside, somebody posted that for him? So he can't take the he signed up for that. Yeah, he should have been minding his business. I don't even know how Mr. Rich got that far and deep into that rabbit hole. You came there with your family. You came there to have a good time. This is Venice. This is Italy. Drink some wine. Eat some motherfucking pasta. Lay out a set. What? How you get down an alleyway in Venice knocking on people's wooden door? What? First of all, if your door look like old good wood from a tree, I'm most likely not even coming in. I'm most likely not even coming in. Did this guy get on a live? Maybe somebody uploaded his videos on his behalf so people see what happened. Yes, that's what they're saying. All right, on the top, somebody might be those videos had to be recorded before that and posted by someone else, hypothetically, of course. So what I did go in the comments, what I did notice, what was a red flag to me. Let me tell you guys some red flags. So he did post in that last video, he did post a Italian message at the end. As from what I'm understanding, Mr. Rich is not Italian. He didn't speak it. He didn't even understand it. So he posted it, and it meant like something said like, I don't fear death, or I feel death because I already know how I already found life, or something very, very cryptic and very interesting in the video. I don't know if you guys go back to the comment and then copy and paste it and translate it. I have it somewhere. Hold on, let me tell you the exact definition, because I definitely looked it up. I don't even play like that. I'm a Google Translate junkie. You just can't say anything to me and hold up. What's that? Interestingly enough, y'all, I don't see it. It's not here. Huh. That's very interesting because I know I looked it up and I wrote it in my notes. It's not in my notes. Huh. Very, very interesting. But hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all what it translates to if you guys don't want to look it up. So the translate to I do not fear death because I have learned life. That's the comment he put in his video. What? So and here's what another person what's another theory what someone kind of said in the chat and he kind of responded. They're saying that Rich B is now Mr. M. Yeah, y'all. That's what it's saying. And it's a likely Damo and the rest of other vampires and a lot of other creatures have showed you can obviously switch bodies. Get Out has showed us that. You can switch consciousness into other bodies. We've seen it done many, many times over, you know? So they said Mr. M jumped into Mr. M red flag, right? Mr. M jumped into Rich's body. And now he's taking on his form, and now it's a new life. That's T for me, y'all. T. So I don't really know how it works, all the V abilities and stuff they can do and the stuff they can't. But I don't know how long Rich was in that shop. There was no time lapse. He was by himself. I don't know why he would go by himself, y'all. I'm sorry to be yelling, but why would you go by yourself? I know you wanted to keep your kids out of it and your wife, but there was no Italian tourist or nobody, no friend you could go with. You wanted to walk down. See, y'all, they be doing too much for content. Y'all be doing too much. I'm not going down no strange alleyway with just me and my camera unless I'm live with you guys and you guys can see, because I want you guys to see, hear everything when it cut. You can't fake a live. But if I'm recording a video, I can crop that and create it how I want, you know? He's an apprentice now. I see that. He could be an apprentice now. And I don't know. Because obviously there was a reason that the Mr. M lured him back to that shop. Or told him to come there. Taunted him the whole way. The whole time, Mr. Richard didn't even see it as taunting. He paid for your boat ride. He sent you a bottle of wine. He sent you a note of where you're staying and where you live at. Where we come from, we don't play that. That's like us going out to the club. You send my girl a bottle. Then you send my girl some flowers to our house. And then we're on a nice little ride on the lake or something. You pay for that too. You're playing in my face. He played in Mr. Rich's face the whole time, and he didn't notice. That's like fighting words to me, all that. So I'm going to his page now so I can see what he posted today. He posted 2 days ago, just him and his daughter. Yeah, that's a red flag to me, guys. And this video don't have enough views. 340,000 views of him going down this alleyway. Let me show y'all. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because yes, I don't know what type of spirits, energies, entities are on here. And I don't want you guys to be looking for it either. I don't play that in my chat. I don't want y'all looking for it. And I don't know what type of spirit entities, but this is the last video. This is the alleyway. This is where he's walking, looking for the door. And this all I'm showing you guys, because you guys are not going, you guys aren't looking for it. Do not do this stuff like this. sometimes not having all the answers to the questions is a blessing. Maybe Senior M was only trying to show you the other side, and it looks like it was more than you were meant to see. I believe we live in two worlds, the light and the dark. It's a very fine line between the two. Some questions are better left unanswered. Hope is all is well. Rich responds, all is well. Thank you so much. We live and we learn. So this was a comment that blew me. Y'all ready? It's messing with energy. People don't know. Yeah, you messing with the wrong energy. Y'all need to stop doing that. So this was the comment that really threw me off, chat. Why do I feel you now have become the newest transformation of who owns the store, aka Mr. M. So the story has to end because you can't reveal yourself or anything. The perfect ending to your new beginning. He literally puts a palm emoji, a flower rose emoji with the roses falling, and another one. That's the end of the response. I'm done. This is crazy. I don't know how this video doesn't have 1 million views already. This is insane. What's your connection to Senior M? Why did you tell you about 20 years ago and visited places associated with him? Then after everyone telling you not to, you went to meet him. You were apparently done with this storyline, but you seem to me to have a connection to Senior M before you left on your holiday and even visited the villa with some slab with his name on it. The common factor is you. They got some interesting theories in the chat. But one thing about it, I want to know, who was the man that told him to begin with? The man that told him that Senior M lived there 20 years ago. He said it was an old man. Why this old man went out of his way to tell a 20-year-old a V lives in this and owns that shop? Why? Let's think about that, guys. Let's think about that. I'm a grown adult. I'm not gonna go tell no child, hey, did you know a werewolf owns that shop? Or, a mermaid swims in that. I mean, it's one thing to warn them if they're in danger, but he literally was pushing him in that direction to go to that shop. And I believe that man was working with Mr. M2, because how do you remember something for 20 years and then you going back and gonna go look for the same shop? And the fact that the shop was up for 20 years is even more revealing. The same man owns that? His son didn't take over, nobody? Because Rich was a 20-year-old. Now Rich is a little bit older. So that'll tell me enough what I needed to know anyway. So I feel like the guy that told him about it, works for Mr. Rich. A lot of people work for Mr. Rich. Mr. Rich probably owned that restaurant that they went to, owned the hotel they stayed in, and these people are very, very rich. I've heard people tell me they own parts of Spain. They own parts of a lot of nations and countries that are not on the map. So that leads me to believe, why we can't go past the Grand Canyon and the ice wall in Antarctica? Y'all, this takes me down a rabbit hole. I'm one of those people that go very, very, very far down a rabbit hole, and I'll be researching for 6 hours straight. Because I'm a puzzle piece type of guy. I need to put the pieces together. Everything gotta make sense, And we gotta think logically. Like, logically, would a person do this? Would a person do that? That doesn't make any sense, And all part of 1% is cult. A lot of cult magic, a lot of that going on. Y'all gotta stop doing all that too. Yeah, it's a lot going on, a lot of secrets. And it doesn't help. The government started lying to us from birth. So it's just us going backwards and like trying to learn all this information. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to reveal all the truths, all the secrets. Forbidden Lore with Cube. If you didn't see my Forbidden Lore playlist, go and check it out. I'm on the tube. I'm on the talk. Follow the switch. I'm gonna be doing an Appalachian live soon. And so where I live in Georgia, we have an opening to Appalachians. So we're gonna go one day. I don't know how far, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay. It depends, but we're gonna go. We're gonna do a live there, and we're gonna see what vibes. I'm not looking for nothing, but yeah, Georgia is a hot spot. AKY, stay in the house. If y'all notice, I always stream. I'm in the house. If y'all know, I'm very few selected friends. I'm very secluded for a reason. Georgia is is a hub. And I just feel like, especially for the North Carolina, South Carolina, and the Gitche people. So then we have the Gitche people and the Gitche witches that use their, do their magic. Cube loves a good staycation right in the house. I don't have. Then we have, in their areas they have werewolves and dogmen. I just heard about like a lizard-y, swampy type of creature there too. I have to do more research there, but the locals told me. I actually told my friend from South Carolina, could he go ask his grandmother? You want to learn anything? Go and ask your grandparents. Your grandparents know a lot, and they were taught by their grandparents. Go and ask. Yes, yes, something in South Carolina. They said a guy, I believe was like 6'8", maybe like a basketball player, was unalive. But the way he was unalive was his car had claw marks on it and slime. Like, it was weird. Yeah. So, very, 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 very interesting. Yes. And I just told a werewolf story not too long ago about a vet that found out a teacher in the school district was a wolf. Y'all want to hear that story? That's also a crazy story. There's so much people can dive into, so much research. Yeah, there's so much. I literally could drive myself crazy if I don't like take breaks off of this, because there's so much to unfold, so much to read. If I had the ability to go to the Europe and go in those libraries and those cathedrals and get in those, oh my God, and read those books of gold. Just even if I could just take pictures with my phone and just translate them later, I would love to do that. I know it's not possible. They're never gonna let that happen, but they just hold so much more secrets than the internet and Google and stuff like. Because we know who owns Google, and we know they control. So I don't like them to be controlling my level of knowledge and the stuff I like to learn and obtain. So yeah, so I'm gonna be downloading the Gaia app back, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys more about that, because it's a lot going on. So hopefully y'all are ready, because this next war is gonna be crazy. I don't know what's happening. Jones is back. Jones, you are such a 304. Keep the pineal gland healthy, people. Yes. Yes. Do you know people pineal glands is a delicacy? Did y'all know that? The rich, the elites, they enjoy it. Hypothetically speaking, you say, "Yup, Rainbow." That is so sad. Why do we know this information? I'm so upset with the world right now. Why are y'all eating people pineal? Y'all could get y'all little fish, a little turkey, a little corn, a little, there's so much other things to eat. Pineal? Sick of them. Sick of that shit. because we are awake. We are awake. We think of ourselves cute. We know. No, not me. Them people eating the pineals. I don't eat pineal gland. I came from your vampire video. Yes, I just told. Thank you. I just told a whole. We just talked about Rich B and had a whole vampire story time. We're trying to uncover what exactly happened to Rich, because he knocked on the door. He seems to not be unalived, or he seems to be somebody else. But I don't know. There was tears in his eyes. There was fear. Everybody like, oh, he's a great actor. Not everybody on social media on top has went to acting school, y'all. Y'all are acting so crazy, you know? So I'm trying to figure out, y'all, was this a setup? Many of them like to gather at islands too. Oh yeah, more of the Caribbean African vampires. That's what say that the V's. They stay more on the islands, and that's why they don't get bothered. They don't get it's hard to get to them because they stay out of the way, you know. And their diet is so strict. It's 9 times it's so hard to catch them in the act, and because you know the locals stay away from the locals in any Caribbean African country. They always stay away from. If you tell them to stay away, they're gonna stay away. They're not the type of people to go and find out and see and no. They're gonna stay away. There's a content creator on here. She's Haitian and her uncle was taken by a mermaid. And her uncle and Caribbean island boys are amazing swimmers. The snatched and taken by a mermaid. Yeah, they're the island, the Caribbean and the African entities, they don't care. They more bold. They more out in public. They don't be on the they don't be on that. But yeah, I think Rich was set up, to be honest, y'all. I think he was set up, even if it was by that man or by everybody there, because you're not paying for my boat ride there. So the V paid for his boat ride there for him and his family, paid for his wine. He might as well should have paid for the whole trip. You know, invited him. First of all, he already sent the note to invite him. The man did it. The man never, Mr. Rich never said he wanted to go. He didn't say, yeah, I'm down, da 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 da. So the fact that you still go, I don't care who it is, y'all. I don't, even if it's any of y'all, I cannot just go meet up with anybody. I'm very weary of like of everything. What are you talking about? Then he went by himself. I seen little ghost demon angels, so vampires are far fetched, I guess. But the V's are the farthest thing we have to be worried. They're the last things that we need to be worried about, to be honest. They don't do as much harm as you think. There's a lot of things darker, scarier, way more powerful. To be honest, I just see them as like, you know, just neighbors. You mind your business, I mind my business. And you don't bother me, I don't bother you. I think you're right, Cuba. Set up. He was set up by perhaps he wasn't hard to fool. Yeah. He wasn't hard to fool at all. Like, these things are all a setup. Like, it's given like, if I was an investigator, first I'm gonna go back to that shop, go to that restaurant. What was in that bottle of wine? I don't know if there was hallucinants in there, or who knows what's in there. I'm just not drinking that. You don't drink no red wine. That's like eating spaghetti from somebody's house you don't know. You know, knowing they put blood in spaghetti. Y'all know that, right? Don't be eating nobody's spaghetti you don't know. Then I'm going back to the hotel because Concierge, what are you talking about? Run them cameras back. Who brought this note? Who brought this note? And y'all brought this note to my room. Y'all can read it. Y'all can read it before you gave it to me. And then he asked him, I forgot to tell y'all. He asked the concierge them to read the note. He didn't know what it said. He's like, oh, no, I can't read stuff like that. I don't like to read we don't like to read guest notes. It makes us uncomfortable. We like to keep the privacy. Listen, y'all, I worked at a luxury hotels for 5 years, 4 diamond, 5 diamond. We are reading y'all stuff. When y'all in there, we are reading y'all information. We are reading y'all notes, reading y'all messages. If somebody call and says, "Oh, can you tell room 33 to call?" We know who's talking to who's cheating, whose husband snuck in here with whose wife. I have I have a wife and a husband. It's a beautiful black chocolate couple. I thought they were married. They done been sneaking and coming in the hotel this whole time. We know y'all business. So why the hotel man gonna say he cannot read the note? He cannot read the note, Mr. M. Rowe. No, because Mr. M told him don't read that. He told him don't read that. Do not read it to him. That's their boss. Mr. M was their boss for sure. Low key, Mr. M might be the president. Who's the president in Florence? Or do they have a prime minister or something? Let me look it up. What's his name? And also, let's look up, before that, let's look up the actual name that I found on that tombstone. Giovanni Mortiani. Let's see. So, of course, you can't find no information on Google about somebody that has a whole, a stone. Have you have your own language with your people you trust in your life, right? That scene was made of moving geometrical shapes with light and multiple wings. So that's very hard to see angels like that. I don't know what you've seen. Not saying you did or you didn't see angels, but they don't usually come in those kind of forms. And so I don't know. Be careful with that. Some of these creatures manipulate and they come in different forms and pretend to be other creatures, Angels come in more spirit form, more dream, more of like souls. They take over bodies. It's like possession, but just in a more of a positive way. So it's very hard to see angel in an angel light. It's not for the naked eye. But maybe you have some type of eye, some type of sight or something. I don't know. Yes, they can look just like a beautiful light angel, but they aren't falling no more. Yeah, there's no like wings. It's just like a light, an energy, a soul. It's almost like you can feel them more than anything, Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. No, I don't. So only an actor came up, person of interest. Why do they have the last 4 digits of his social? Yeah, only an actor came up, so I don't know who this person is. But they don't have any information. Mr. Rich got 1.1 million followers. And he up there being dumb. Up there being dumb. Yeah, chat. So I believe he was set up. I don't know what they wanted from him, what they got out of him, or what they needed from him. But they ain't getting shit like that out of me. I won't. I'm not. I think the creatures are so smart and entities are so smart not to ask me even right now to this day not to meet up. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I need 2 bodyguards of hunters with me if I'm going to go meet with anybody. And then I wanted to give interview with a vampire. I want to give my note. I want to put record. Yeah. get my notebook out so we could do content on that. But yeah, no, I'm gonna stay my black ass in the house. No. Where do these people think these movies come from? Thin air. Thin air. They think these people are so creative. They're so amazing. They're such creative people. They done made up these creatures from their thin brains. Mind you, nobody knows who created them first. They've been on caveman walls. They've been in Egyptian artifacts. They've been depicted in many different cultures that are not even near each other, but they're made up, right? I think my first entity I learned of or I encountered was a mermaid. And my grandmother was very, very annoyed with my grandmother was very, very annoyed when I was a kid. When I was watching Little Mermaid and she saw Ariel, she was very annoyed. Very annoyed. The depiction. She was like, that is not how mermaids look. She was very annoyed. She told me to actually stop watching that because they up there lying. Then she told me mermaids have the ability around Christmas time. Well, in Guyana, I don't know about all of them, but in Guyana and South America, mermaids have the ability around Christmas time to grow legs. So they might even always have the ability, but she said that's the only time she really seen them around Christmas time because in Guyana, we have a lot of activities and festivities come on, so they come up and have fun, They always lie. Yeah, even if it's partial truth. Yeah, my grandmother was so annoyed. Like, turn that off. What do you? I'm like, it's Little Mermaid. What do you mean? It's Ariel. Cut that shit off. That's not. She said that's not how they look. Red hair, blues. So I was like, my God, Grandma, mermaids exist. She's like, absolutely. What's wrong with you? They're black. Who the black Ariel? What's her name? Don't tell me it's a smoke alarm. No. It's not. Mine isn't working, friend. I need to put new batteries in mine. New batteries. You listening so hard and thought you ate the joke and didn't eat. Listening so hard. And my fridges are like broken. I'm just going through it in life right now. Ariel can't be white and black. It's like it just makes movies look mermaids black. Cube, look out your front door and make sure there's no wine bottle out there and a note for you. Hell nah. I think mermaids exist. Didn't see the expo. No, I didn't see any documentary. I grew up on this, so if not, no. If a wine end up in my door in the note, I'm gonna literally go live to show you guys me kicking that shit down the stairs. I'm gonna be like, look, guys, a note in a bottle of wine, and no one knows my address. Kicking that shit down the stairs, right down the stairs. I won't be reading it. I won't be entertaining it. I won't be going nowhere, especially without y'all. I'll be streaming. What you want to talk to me about? This is how I would answer the door. With y'all up here. What y'all want to do? Cause the chat's right here. Oh, you can't mess with me, bite me, can't do nothing. Cause I'm gonna tell. I'm going to tell y'all. I don't care. So y'all better leave me alone. If y'all in here watching or y'all around, you bother me, I'm gonna tell my followers. So I would keep all that weird stuff. Earlier they had me glitching and had and freezing my lives because I kept using the B word. He does go by the name Cube, and he does a lot of top ticks and shorts. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. This is my content time. It's my time I do content and post content. So make sure y'all look out for my content. I'm gonna be posting. Post between 5 and 7 every day. Sometimes between 9 and 11 as well as nighttime. But I do another late night stream. So come back late night stream. Let's tell some spooky stories. And I can tell you guys my vampire encounter story. Yeah, I can tell you guys that next time. Yeah, we're gonna use safe words next time because I've been using too many flag words that some V that is working IT is on my ass right now. He like that, bitch. He done it. He gonna try to take this page down. So let me, so I'll be back on here later, y'all. We'll chat. We're gonna get into all the forbidden lore and everything we shouldn't know, but what we do need to know. Okay, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Not lollipops. This is a safe word. I'll see y'all all back on here later. I'll be back on live around 1 a.m., maybe 12 if I'm early, but I'm just gonna be posting content. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. But I'm gonna update you guys on this Rich B story. I'm probably gonna post an update today about that because I do believe it's a setup and it's a lot of things doesn't even make sense why you should do as an adult. But anyways, love y'all. I appreciate y'all, good gang. Thank you guys. If you're new here, welcome to the Icebox. I appreciate y'all. More content to come. All right. I'll see y'all later.